If you love long, strong nails, stay with me. Hi, I'm Maya, and today we're working on a refill of long nails strengthened with builder gel. So, the very first step after disinfecting or washing the hands is shortening the nails. I'm using a disc with a 100 grit disposable attachment. Having a good quality electric file really makes a difference. It helps me work faster, smoother and with more control, while keeping the nails safe and healthy. This way the whole process becomes easier both for me and for the client. After shortening the nails, the next step is removing the old product. For this, we use a carbide bit on the electric file. It's very important not to apply too much pressure, so the client feels comfortable, and the process is completely painless. The machine speed should be set to around 20,000 rotations per minute, and we always work in the forward direction. With the carbide bit, we never touch the natural nail. It's designed only for removing the old gel or product. This way, the natural nail remains perfectly safe, while we prepare a clean base for the new application. Now we move on to filing off the old product with a 150 grit file. Depending on the hardness of the material, you can choose a coarser or finer grit. For gel, I usually go with 150 or 180 grit. I prefer single-use, self-adhesive sanding bands that I attach to the base and throw away after completing the entire set. While filing, I make sure not to touch the cuticle area. The goal is to precisely remove the old product, while at the same time gently buffing and preparing the natural nail for the new application. This way, the surface is smooth, clean, and ready for the next step. Always focus on precision and protection of the natural nail. That's the secret to healthy and beautiful results. After completing the filing, we dust the nails with powder to prepare them for work with diamond bits. We're moving on to the flame-shaped diamond bit with a red marking. This red band indicates a fine grit, perfect for gently cleaning the cuticle area. Work with light, controlled motions and remember, never apply pressure. We use the working surface of the flame, which means about 2 to 3 millimeters below the tip. It's very important. Do not work with the very tip itself. Always work in both directions. First in FWD mode, moving from right to left, and then switch to RU, moving from left to right. Since we're working at around 15,000 RPM, adding pressure to the nail is unnecessary and should be avoided. Finally, the powder helps us see every movement more clearly. Do not brush it away until you've finished working with the diamond bit. After cleaning around the cuticle with the diamond flame bit, we move on to scissors to remove any excess cuticle that was attached to the nail plate. It is very important to remove only the excess tissue, nothing more. We work carefully and precisely, without touching the eponychium, to avoid cuts or irritation. Remember, if you feel that there is no excess cuticle, you do not have to use scissors at all. This step should never be forced. When working with scissors, we always use only the very tips. Gentle and controlled movements with the tips of the scissors ensure a clean and safe result, leaving the cuticle area neat and perfectly prepared for product application. We wipe the nails with a dehydrator. This step is essential because the dehydrator removes natural oils and moisture from the nail plate, creating the perfect base for adhesion. Without it, the product could lift or peel much sooner, so this ensures our application stays strong and long-lasting. Next, we apply an acid-free primer. This type of primer is gentle on the natural nail, yet creates a strong bond between the nail plate and the product. It's safer than acid primers, reduces the risk of irritation, and still prevents lifting. ensuring the manicure lasts longer. After applying the primer, the next step is the base coat. This layer goes before the builder gel and acts as the essential foundation for the entire set. The base ensures proper adhesion between the natural nail and the gel, making the structure stable and long-lasting. We always choose a flexible base or base gel because the natural nail has its own movement. A flexible base adapts to that movement, preventing cracks or lifting. It also protects the nail plate and keeps the surface smooth. Once the base coat has been cured in the lamp for 60 seconds, we can begin applying the builder gel. The very first step is creating a thin sliding layer, also called the slip layer. This layer allows the builder gel to flow smoothly and evenly across the nail, without leaving gaps or bubbles. After the slip layer, we take a larger bead of gel and begin building the structure. With gentle, controlled movements, we guide the gel toward the free edge, making sure to fully cover the growth points on the sides. This step is essential for creating a durable and balanced nail. Pay special attention to the apex, the highest point of the nail, and the stress zone. These areas must be reinforced properly, because they carry most of the pressure during everyday activities. A well-built apex and stress zone not only give the nail a beautiful shape, but also prevent breaking or lifting. Work slowly and let the gel self-level, using the brush only to guide it into place. Once the desired structure is achieved, we cure the builder gel in the lamp. The curing time usually ranges between 60 and 120 seconds, depending on the brand and the thickness of the application. This process ensures that the nails are strong, flexible, and ready for the next step in the design. After curing the builder gel in the lamp, we remove the sticky inhibition layer using 99% isopropyl alcohol. This step cleans the surface and prepares the nails for filing. Now we move on to refining the structure of the gel. With the file in hand, we work with targeted, controlled motions. The goal is not to file randomly, but to shape the nail in a precise and balanced way. Always look at the nail from different angles, from the sides, from the front, and even by turning the hand to make sure the structure is symmetrical and smooth. We must be especially careful around the growth points. These areas are critical for the stability of the nail, so we avoid removing too much product there. When working on the apex, remember that this is the strongest part of the nail, so it should be filed the least. The apex needs to stay reinforced to keep the nail durable and resistant to breakage. As we approach the cuticle area, the movements must become lighter and more delicate. We gently lift the file away in the cuticle zone, blending the product seamlessly into the natural nail. This technique avoids thinning the nail plate and creates a natural transition. Throughout the entire process, focus on balance, precision, and protection. A well-filed gel surface is the foundation of a flawless finish. Strong, smooth, and ready for color or top coat application. Here are the perfectly shaped nails, ready for color application. The surface is smooth, the apex and stress zones are balanced, and the cuticle area is clean and seamless. Now we move on to the color application. The color is always applied in 2 thin layers. The first coat should be very light, almost transparent, because its main purpose is to create an even foundation and guide the shade. The second coat then gives the full pigment, depth, and intensity of the color. When working around the cuticle, we use a thin detail brush. This allows us to carefully place the polish as close as possible to the cuticle line without actually touching the skin. With slow, precise movements, the thin brush helps us create a clean and professional edge, which makes the final result look flawless. It is very important that the brush is clean on its upper side before every stroke. If there is excess product on the brush, it can flood into the cuticle area and ruin the neat outline. Keeping the brush clean and controlled ensures the polish stays exactly where you want it. Always work in thin layers rather than thick ones. Thin layers cure properly in the lamp and prevent wrinkling, bubbling, or uneven texture. Each coat is cured before applying the next, ensuring long-lasting wear and a perfect finish. This method guarantees smooth coverage, sharp cuticle lines, and a salon-quality result every time. We now apply the second coat of color. Just like the first layer, it must be thin to ensure proper curing. With the detail brush, we carefully perfect the cuticle line, keeping the brush clean on top so the polish doesn't flood into the cuticle. This layer gives full coverage and a flawless finish. After applying the second coat of color, we create a playful polka dot design. Using a dotting tool, we gently place small dots onto the nail surface. Work with light pressure so every dot is neat, round, and evenly spaced, giving the nails a fun and stylish look. To finish, we apply the top coat after curing the dots in the lamp. The dots remain slightly three-dimensional, which adds an extra glamorous effect to the nails. In this set, we performed a correction on gel-strengthened nails, combined with a playful and trendy polka dot design in 2 colors. The almond shape looks absolutely phenomenal, stylish, modern, and full of personality. And that's the final look. What do you think about these nails? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video, hit like and subscribe for more trendy designs.